All right, gonna try and do this one in one take here. I'm also going to keep this as lighthearted as I possibly can. And if you're just watching this wondering where your horror upload is, that will be later in the day. So don't worry about that, it's coming. But anyways, there was an accident recently in my family, and I'm not talking about the one that happened a few years ago when a child was born roughly 20 years after me. Well, I guess I kind of am talking about that one, actually. So anyways, a little over a month ago, I was sat at my apartment watching my little brother play in his state baseball game online. I was just watching a stream, and it popped up in the middle of the game and said something like spectator medical delay. And it lasted for like 25 minutes or so, and I was sitting there kind of getting pissed off because I was meant to be going live, and it was getting pretty late. But it was Easton's last baseball game of the year, so I wanted to watch it, obviously. And so I called my sister to ask what was going on, and she picked up the phone. But she was bawling, and so I was like, okay, what's going on here? And she said that Paxton had been in a really serious accident, and they didn't know if he was conscious or what was going on. But he was in an ambulance on his way to the hospital. Anyways, I'm not great with words, as you probably know by this point. But what I am great with is art and animation. So I've gone ahead and prepared a little animation here that I made all by myself to show you what exactly happened. So Paxton was playing with a couple of his friends during Easton's baseball game on the top of these bleachers that are roughly probably 10 feet tall, I think is what they said, somewhere in there. Here's a picture of them. You can see they're quite high. And so at some point in time when he was playing with his friends on the back of the bleachers, he ended up falling off of the bleachers directly to his head, where he would fracture his skull and do some other pretty serious damage to his nasal system, I guess. I don't really know how it all works. So my parents are very active in the community around here, and they do a lot with, like, my dad runs the scoreboard and my mom helps keep the book, if you know anything about sports. So they were up in the commentator stand, whatever it's called, doing that. And they got a phone call telling them that they needed to come down because Paxton had gotten in an accident. They found him laying on the ground with blood all over. Anyways, it's not really easy for me to talk about it. It was a pretty bad thing for me when I got the phone call, and I had no idea what was going on. So I got in my car, I started driving to Idaho, and after that, my sister called and she said that he was, you know, awake and conscious in the hospital, and they said he was gonna be all right. So yeah, that's kind of what happened, but he's good. Everything's good now. He's been on stream a couple times since then. They are waiting to hear back on whether he has to get surgery to something. Like I said, something's wrong with his nasal system, like not draining. I don't really know. They're waiting to hear back on that, but otherwise he's good. And even if he has to get surgery, he should be good. So what I'm getting at here, my parents are incredible people. They've done more for me than I could ever go on to talk about. I could spend the next year talking about what they've done for me. Love my parents. So anyways, I finally feel as though I have some sort of opportunity to give back to my parents. Me and Easton, my other little brother that you've probably also seen on stream, came up with this idea that we would shoot 1,000 3-pointers for Paxton, one for every brain cell that he lost when he fell off the bleachers. But we also wanted to make this the best stream that we had ever done before, so we've been spending the last couple of weeks coming up with different punishments, some of them to make shooting 3-pointers harder, and some of them just for entertainment. Anyways, some of the punishments on the wheel include shock collar, spicy death nut, because Easton and I both have the pain tolerance of a newborn baby, drunk goggles. We've also got nail polish and makeup and a ton of different things that'll all be on the wheel. Any bit of money that we make, we will be spinning the wheel, and it's gonna be a great time. Let me also say that I do entirely understand the state of the world, the economy, all of that. I wish that I could just simply pay for this completely out of my pocket, but I can't do that, unfortunately. I don't expect a single thing from anybody. Like I said, I don't really like asking people for things. I'm not great at that. But I will also be donating any ad revenue made from the stream. So if you can just even pull up to the stream, if you have Amazon Prime, if you Prime sub to the stream, I'll be donating that also. Any ad revenue made off of this video, the video that I'll be posting later today, any ad revenue at all made today, I will be donating to my parents as well. So watch all the videos today, pull up to the stream today. It's all great. Oh, and one more thing really fast. I do know that scams like this do exist, and I just want to be fully transparent here. I'm gonna put a couple of pictures of Paxton on his way to the hospital, and I think one at the hospital up on the screen here in just a second. But I will also say they are kind of hard to look at, maybe harder for me to look at because he's my brother. Maybe they're not as hard to look at as I think they are. Just a warning though, so if you do want to click off before I show you, twitch.tv/Hayden. Me and Easton are probably live right now if you're seeing this video. Click to that instead. But here are pictures of Paxton on his way to the hospital, and I think one of them is him in the hospital. Not entirely sure. Like I said, I just want to be fully transparent here with all the scams and shit that go on the internet. And I will also tomorrow or the next day, once this is all done and we get everything all wrapped up, post screenshots of me donating to my parents, and also them, whenever they pay for their medical bills, I will do what I can to show you that that's how the money was being used, just so you know I'm not trying to run any sort of scam here to make a quick buck off of you guys. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for all of the yapping. This video is probably way longer than it needed to be, but you know me, love to talk whenever I have the opportunity. So pull up to the stream. It's probably happening right now. Please just again, I don't expect anything from anybody. Never have, I never will. But if you do want to pull the stream up, watch the ads, watch my YouTube videos all day today, watch the ads. That will all go to my parents as well. Also helps get us into the algorithm. More people will see it. More people watching the ads. It's great for us. Again, use your Twitch Prime subs if you have Amazon Prime. I will be giving that all to my parents. And yeah, thank you again for even giving me a platform to do this on. You know, sometimes I forget how lucky I am to have you guys. So thank you for this. Thank you for everything. I love you infinitely. And I'll see you on Twitch, twitch.tv/Hayden. It's linked in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.